Hey guys, this is Ricardo, the Superman of Real Estate, where we talk real estate, life, and entrepreneurship. And today we have a very special guest, Iliana Castillo. Thank you for coming. Thank you for having us today. And this is the interview from nursing to full multifamily, the Iliana Castillo interview. So Iliana, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us where you're from, a little bbit about your background and your career.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for having me. Thank you for the space and for the time. So I'm from Mexico. I was born in Mexico. Yes, I was born in Torreon.
Oh my goodness.
Torreon, Coahuila.
Small world.
Very small world.
My mom is from Torreon, my dad as well.
You don't find a lot of people from Torreon here in Las Vegas.
No, it's funny.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah.
So you were born in Torreon?
I was born in Torreon, yeah.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yes. My family and I, we moved here when I was 9 years old. So I think that was like 2004.
Okay.
I have a twin brother and then a younger sister.
A twin brother?
Yes, I do.
Oh, shoot. That's cool.
Yeah. But the reason why we moved here to the U.S. is because my sister was very sick.
Okay.
So my parents went to like every doctor that you can find in Mexico, the best ones. And they basically told them, if you don't take her to UCLA, she's going to die on you.
Wow.
So that's the reason why we came to the U.S.
To LA.
To Las Vegas. When we initially we had
Vegas.
family here when we first got here, fortunately, and they eventually got her to LA.
Wow.
Yeah.
So 2004 came to Las Vegas. You went to Las Vegas first and then you moved to LA?
No, we've been living here since we moved here. We just been going back and forth for her medical care.
To UCLA. Nice. Yeah. And growing up, well, how was your life? Where did you grow up here in Las Vegas? Give us a little bit about your background.
So pretty much I've lived in every part of Vegas on the east side and Henderson, Green Valley, and now like the Northwest. Well, my mom lives there.
Okay.
It was tough growing up. We didn't grow up with a lot. You know, my parents got here as immigrants, no English, not knowing how the system worked, zero money. Okay. And somehow they were able to get my sister the best medical care that she could receive in this country, right? They worked every job that you can think of. When we first got here, I think my dad's first job was like picking up trash by the freeway. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's
my
crazy.
My mom used to sell tamales and sell them outside of church in her car.
What?
Yeah, so they've done everything that you can think of. So
you guys are hustlers. That's good.
They're hustlers. Good. Yeah, they are.
That's good.
Yeah, so growing up, it was tough. We didn't grow up with a lot, but they were able to get us all through school.
Okay.
And get us to where we are right now.
So what led for you to start the nursing, to become a registered nurse?
Honestly,
how did that come about?
I just felt pressure to have a stable career. Right?
You felt pressure from who?
I felt the pressure from my parents, right? They come here with nothing. They give you everything. They put you through school. You have to give them something. You have to give them a good job, a stable job that makes good money.
Yeah.
And when I started at UNLV, I switched my major 4 times.
Really?
And then finally I got accepted into nursing school because I thought the science classes were easy. And after I got accepted, I told the counselor, I was like, you know what, man? Nah, I want to be a doctor. Let's just switch. And he was like, again? He was like, no, finish what you started. And
then you started, finished the RN. Mm-hmm. Okay, funny story. Growing up, one of my aunts is a doctor. Uh-huh. She's a OBGYN in Mexico, in Tijuana. And I grew up saying that I wanted to be a doctor one day. And my dad, he would tell every single person on the street, family, cousins, oh, mi hijo va a ser un doctor. Yeah. My sister as well. Oh, my daughter's going to be a doctor. And at one point in my life, I came. I served a mission. I'm from my church. I came back. I started biology classes again, all the classes at UNLV. And there was a point where I asked myself, what am I doing in college? Like, is this really what I want to do? Mm-hmm. And I came to my dad one night, home from school, and I said, Dad, I love you, but I'm not going to do what you want me to do. And I put a stop to it. Mm-hmm. And I felt from that moment, he was very upset for about 2-3 weeks. He didn't talk to me, but I like what you said. You said you felt pressured because of your parents. And I think that's a lot of with the Hispanic community. Mm-hmm. Parents come to this country, they work hard, and they expect their kids to do what they want them to do, or mijo, you have to go to school, you have to finish it, you have to be better than us. At that point, I came and I did full-time real estate. And it's changed my life forever. I absolutely love real estate. We do real estate investing, flipping, help people buy and sell. And I've helped my parents, again, come to become millionaires once again because they had lost everything in 2008. So because I took the leap of faith. I didn't go to school. I did the entrepreneur route, and I've helped them come back. But I like what you said. Sometimes in the Hispanic community, we feel forced from our parents to do it.
Yeah, we do. And I feel like we've lost that balance, because I'm not saying that a formal education is not the way to go. It is for some people, but for some people it's not. Like, we still need people to be lawyers and doctors and nurses and engineers. We need that. We need it for like our society to continue. But we do get that pressure from our Hispanic families because they want us to be better than they were.
But they live their dreams through us. They try to live their dreams through us.
Yeah. And then, you know what I think a huge thing is that we don't have that generational wealth that other families do.
Yeah.
And for us, it's really hard to take that risk and to start from zero again, or to start with nothing, or risk. You know, when as an entrepreneur, when you're first starting, you have financial risks. There's so much that you put in at the beginning, and you could lose everything at any moment. We don't want to take that risk because we've already taken so many risks that's one we're not willing to take.
Wow. That's some deep stuff.
Yeah.
There's a book called Outliers. Have you read it?
No.
I actually have it in my library. So Outliers talks exactly what you just said. Families that come through generations of wealth, they've already established those habits, those traditions to become, they grew up with businesses, they grew up with education, personal development, money. One thing, Hispanics are very bad with investing and saving, watching novelas when they come home from work. So we're not very good with that. And you're right, it comes from those generations. I'm going to say the word, from the widows, the whites. They've already come through those generations. And that book talks about that, how the Hispanics don't have the opportunity because, one, their parents are working. They don't have the funds to take them to sports, to tutoring, and the other people have enough money to take them to do that stuff. Mm-hmm. Like me, I never went to soccer practice because my parents were working.
Right.
So, no, thank you for sharing. I think that's going to help a lot of people out there to wake up and really see the reality within the Hispanic community. Anything else from your career that you would like to share? Your story?
I don't know if you know or if you've heard of Ed Milet.
Oh yeah, I love Ed
Milet. But he always says that there's always like that one person in your family that changes everything, right? There's that's one person that will change your family, and like presently and in the future.
I got chills just saying that.
And that one person has to be willing to fight the fight.
Break the generational curses.
Take the shots, the criticism, the rejections, because it's not easy and it can be a very lonely journey. But you just have to make the decision that your family deserves better.
Wow.
Right? That you have to change the reality of the world that you live in. This world is not out to get us. And I feel like us Hispanics sometimes get stuck in that victim mentality because of all the social injustices and racism. But we got to snap out of it. It's not going to get us anywhere.
Exactly.
So you just have to decide to be that one person.
To make the change.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, I think we were talking about this. He came to the United States as an immigrant as well, from Lerdo, Torreon. He started working, and I asked him, Dad, why didn't you never connect with people? Like, we met at a networking event, right? Real estate investing, multifamily. I said, Dad, why didn't you never go to a networking event? Why didn't you self-educate yourself? Why didn't you learn the language? Why didn't you I asked him, who was the biggest person you knew that was wealthy? Oh, it was this guy, but he wasn't really that wealthy. And I was like, Dad, why didn't you make those connections? Why didn't you grow? And he's like, well, it's because the language. And you're right, we put a lot of excuses that, it's because of this, the language. I've seen some other Hispanic families that come, they learn the language, they open a business, they make the right connections, and then they build that generational wealth for throughout generations. But you're right, it takes someone to break those generational curses. Mm-hmm. Thank you for sharing, Iliana.
Yeah, of course.
So you grew up in the East Side or in Las Vegas. You became a nurse because your parents kind of forced you. You felt that pressure. What led the change from nursing into real estate? How was that real estate came about? Where did it come?
I feel like I always had like that big vision inside of me of something bigger, but I never knew how to get there, right? Like my brother and I have always brainstormed of like different business ideas, and I've always had a niche for real estate, but I just didn't know how to get started. Okay. I think nursing just gave me a lot of depression and anxiety.
Really?
Yeah, it really did. And then COVID just made it worse because you guys
were busy during COVID.
Yeah, and then I worked in the ICU, so I did things that I never thought I would have to do to a human being that nurses would never, and like imagine they'd have to do. So I think I just had to hit emotionally rock bottom and realize how depressed I was to understand that the money I was making, because I was doing travel nursing. You heard how much money the travel nurses were making during the pandemic.
Yep. Just example, how much? Just so people can know.
Like
just
$10K a week.
Holy smokes. Yeah. A week?
A week.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not real money.
Right. So were my parents proud of me? Of course they were. Look at how much money I was making. And look, I was like going to different states and working in different hospitals. But like I said, I was very depressed. I got to the point, my last job at a hospital, I remember sitting outside the parking lot waiting for my shift to start and telling myself, Iliana, if you were dead, you wouldn't have to work.
Wow.
That's when it hit me. I was like, oh yeah,
really?
I need to quit. Yeah.
Holy
and the
shit.
next shift is when I put in my 2 weeks and I switched into the school district.
Oh, yeah. So you're a nurse for students?
Yeah, for students now.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's given me like the time and the space to think about what I want to do.
Not as stressful. That's good. That's good.
Time.
So where did you heard about real estate? You're like, oh, I want to do real estate out of nowhere. Was it through a connection? Did you read a book? Did you go to a course? How was it? What sparked that interest inside of you?
So I know everyone reads Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay, yeah, that's one of the first books.
I didn't read it, but I watched all of his videos on YouTube.
I'll let you borrow it. Well, you probably read it after. Have you read it?
No, I read Think and Grow Rich. Okay, but I watched all of Robert's videos. So I always knew real estate, but how? I have no idea how. Like, I didn't want to be a realtor. I didn't want to flip houses.
Okay.
I didn't want to do. I didn't want to be like a landlord.
That sucks. It sucks being a landlord.
It's hard. And then I just watched this video online about multifamily, and I got connected with a network that sells you this program, and they teach you and they give you all this network of coaches and people who have been in the business for a very long time. Wow. So I decided to sign up, pay for the education, and take the risk and just go all in.
How much was it, your education? Just so people can get an idea.
It can be anywhere, there's a lot of programs out there, and it can be anywhere from like 10 to 40K.
40,000. Mm-hmm. I think the Hispanic community is afraid to invest in themselves. Mm-hmm. I had someone else ask me recently, Ricardo, I have a couple of $1,000. What should I invest in? And this is what I told him. You need to improve yourself, improve your appearance, the way that you dress, more healthy, personal development, get some books, get some courses. And as you increase your value as a person, your income will grow. And then once you grow your income, then you'll be able to start investing in different businesses.
Yeah.
So it started with a course.
And now I'm very fortunate to be able to work with people that are more experienced than me in this business and in other aspects of life. So yeah, I'm very happy. I'm really enjoying it. I think initially...
How long have you been in that course?
For like 6 months.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah. So I think initially I kind of wanted to get started in this business. And in my head, I was like, okay, I'm going to own like this amount of doors. That way, that will give me enough passive income for me to leave my job completely.
Nice.
But now that I'm in it and I'm learning how to analyze properties and look at markets and just everything in it, I love it. And I actually see myself doing this.
For long term.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's awesome. So it was a course, $40,000, $10,000 to $40,000, right? Mm-hmm. You made connections through that course. Is that all that people need to start real estate, multifamily investing? What would you suggest people if they want to start multifamily?
Well, it depends.
What would you tell them?
It depends. If you want to just be an investor and invest passively, then a multifamily syndication is the way to go, because that's a vehicle for them to just put money into a deal
Okay.
A syndication is we just get investors' money to buy a property that's worth millions of dollars. A bank will refinance from like 60 to 80%, and the rest of the money comes from investors in exchange for equity in the deal.
Holy shoot, you lost me there, Iliana. Okay, break it down for us. Break it down for the multifamily for dummies. Tell us, break it down. Let's give us an example of a deal.
So
very briefly, throw some
very general.
multifamily game. Yeah.
An apartment complex is worth millions of dollars, right?
Okay.
So the bank will give you 60 to 80% to cover the purchase price, and the rest of the money has to come from investors.
Okay.
And that's how, in exchange for that initial investment, you get equity in the deal. And an apartment complex is a business.
Limited partner or general?
It's a limited partner.
A limited partner puts in money to the deal only.
Only.
Okay.
So they're not involved with like the day-to-day operations. You just get to enjoy the passive income that the property produces.
Okay.
And then the great thing about real estate is that the passive income is sheltered by tax breaks like depreciation.
Exactly.
Which is, you don't get that in the stock market.
That's true. Okay. And then let's say how many doors? Just an example. Throw us an example. 200 units, $5 million.
Oh, no.
You need to put in between what?
It depends on the deal, right? Because you have multifamily properties that go from like 50 to 200 or 300 units. So it really depends on the property. So if you decide to invest in a deal, usually they will tell you this is the minimum amount that we're accepting for this type of property.
Oh, okay. So limited partner is just a money partner. That's passive. General partner is a partner. Can you explain what's a general partner in the deal?
General partner is what I'm doing and the people that I'm working with. Basically, we look for the deals. We analyze the deal. We underwrite them. We do market research to make sure that our business plan can be executed the way we want it to be executed.
Okay.
We get financing from the banks. We get insurance. We close on the deal. So it's like closing on a house, but on a much, much bigger scale.
And you have a whole team.
You have a whole team of like...
How many people?
I don't know, from like maybe 4 to 10 people.
Holy shoot. Okay. So it's more, more than just buying a house. Just one
it's
person
a lot more. So then after closing on the deal, these are the people that run the business plan and deal with the day-to-day.
That's what they do. Okay. So how does a general partner get paid in the deal? How does that work?
There's an acquisition fee that it's given to the general partners at the time of closing. And that's for all the work that they did. And then there's...
How much would you say? Is there a percentage?
It depends on how big the property is, But
maybe in the like hundreds. 5%? 100,000?
Yeah, like 3%, but then that 3% is divided within all the general partners.
Within all the general partners. So they get the money up front for working, right? And what else do they do after that?
So then after the deal is closed, they are the ones that execute the business plan to increase the value of this property, right?
So value add.
It's a value add. It's a value add move. So we're not only, experiencing the natural appreciation, it's forced appreciation. So we're coming in and we're like renovating units, amenities, improving operations to make sure that this property is generating more money because these properties' value increases as it makes more money.
I think I heard you need to buy at least how many units? What should your first deal be? How many units should you buy?
That's going to change. And that's going to depend on what your goals are, the people that you're working with. Because like I said, it can go from like, I think multifamily is like 20 and up. 20 and up, that's multifamily. Okay. So minimum 20 units, you would say to start. Yeah, but it's so much work that might as well get the... go big. It makes sense. Okay. Syndication. Explain, what is syndication? So that's what a syndication is getting investors' money together to buy this property. Can it be one investor or is it multiple? It's multiple investors. Oh, it's multiple investors. So out of your pocket, there isn't any money? The general partners... Or you're doing more sweat equity, what I call it. Sweat equity, but again, it depends on who you're partnering with and the business structure of that deal because they all have different structures. But there is like a down payment that you put down like you do for a house. But those are the limited partners, right? No. So usually that down payment comes from the general partners. Oh, right? So limited partners do what? So how do they have skin in the game? It's the money that they put in because remember, the bank gives you like a deadline for you to raise a certain amount of money to be able to close on this deal. Oh shoot. Yeah. How long do they give you? like 3 months around.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's enough time to get some money. So you gather all the money. Man, I've learned a lot. I'm taking notes internally, okay?
Okay.
So that's syndication. General partners find the deal, do the back end work. Mm-hmm. They have limited partners who put in money who are more passive. Let's say, when should one sell the property once they've done value add? How does that work?
Usually the hold time is like 5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years.
Yeah. And again, it depends on the specific property, right? Because some properties you're going to be able to turn around quicker and some it's going to take you longer. And it also depends on where the market is at.
Okay, makes sense. Mm-hmm. All right. Wow, I've learned a lot. Thank you, Iliana.
Yeah.
Any other golden nuggets that you would throw at us?
Any other golden nuggets?
Little bits and pieces that you can share with us about multifamily.
Well, it's a lot. I'm not saying that people shouldn't invest in the stock market. I think it has a place in everyone's portfolio, but just real estate is a hard asset. Like nobody can take it. It's physical. Exactly. You can see it, touch it, and smell it. Okay. Right? And if a fire or something else ever takes it away from you, guess what? Insurance will give you a brand new building. Yeah. So I think it's just a much more stable investment. Yeah, you get to see natural appreciation, forced appreciation, and you're not dealing with market volatility like in the stock market, right?
Okay, so more stable. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow, I've learned a lot. So a couple of months ago, out of nowhere, I had some friends. They had put my name to pitch a deal to Grant Cardone. You know Grant Cardone?
Yeah.
So Grant Cardone is known for multifamily. And just by being around these people, that's what led me to go to this networking event where I met you. Uh-huh. They talked about syndication. I was like, what's syndication? General partners, limited partners. I'm like, what is this? So from that moment, from being with them and just surrounding myself with them, it taught me to think a little bit bigger. And I was like, you know what? I have to do more of this multifamily. So that's why I started going to those events. Yeah. So I'm very grateful. I've learned a lot, but I think I need to go a little bit deeper. I may have to pay some education to be able to get some of those better connections. What would you say?
Yeah, definitely. I think invest in education and take action, right? Because how many people pay for school and for programs and they don't do anything with it?
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. That's true. That is very true.
Yeah.
Wow. So eventually, where do you see yourself in the next 6 months, 1 year, 5 years? So short-term and long-term goals. What are some of your goals that you have?
I'm starting from zero again, but not with zero. I have a whole network.
Well, education and
network, behind me. So I think in this short term, in the next 6 months, I do see myself in my first deal.
Wow. How many units do you want?
We're aiming. Personally, I think more than 150.
Holy shoot. Good job.
Personally.
Yeah. Are you looking out of Las Vegas, out of Nevada?
Yeah, we're looking to Texas.
So would you recommend other people looking to invest, look outside?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Don't stay stuck in your own backyard if it's not a good market.
Oh, I like that.
Don't be scared. To branch out.
Scared money don't make no money.
Yeah, but be focused on the market. Don't try to look everywhere because that's just gonna...
Wait, what do you mean with that?
Yeah, like
don't focus on the market.
Focus on one market.
Focus on one market.
Don't try to focus on a lot of markets.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of information. It takes months to study just one market.
Holy shoot.
Especially for multifamily, you have to look at income, economics, population, job growth, population growth. It's a lot of things that you got to look into.
Guys, make sure you're taking notes.
Yeah.
Some good stuff.
Yeah. So like I said, it can take months just to study one market.
Just to study one market.
So focus.
Holy shoot. Yeah. All right. I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you do.
Man.
And then, more long term, I do see myself leaving, my full-time job.
Okay.
I do want to stay involved with them in some capacity because I love kids and I love helping them out.
Nice.
I absolutely love them.
Like a nonprofit, would it be in the future?
Yeah, I'd love to have a nonprofit at one point.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Last question. Our families are from the same place, Torreon, right? Mm-hmm. Tell us about the generational habits you've seen in your family you're trying to change. What are some of the things you're trying to break? We talked about Ed Malet, right? we're trying to be the person who breaks. What are some of those habits that you're trying to break in your family?
Don't work yourself to death, right? Hispanics, we like to do that. We're very hardworking people. We are. But we're working ourselves to death, and we need rest, right? We need rest for creativity, for motivation, for family, to live life the way we're supposed to live life. We didn't come here just to work, right? We just got to work smarter. Educate yourselves. I feel like
that's a big one. I think
it's a big one, and we don't have an excuse anymore. It's in the internet.
It's all free.
In English, in
YouTube,
Spanish.
yeah,
Yes,
you're right.
It's all free. We don't have that excuse anymore. Learn how to invest, right? Surround yourself with the right people. Think bigger.
How would you learn how to invest?
I feel
Let's
like
say someone doesn't know about investing. What would you suggest to them? How would they go about it?
I feel like there's a lot of education out there online, and I think you need to find the people that you feel are giving you reliable and true information.
So connections and education. Damn.
And just go out there and meet people.
That's a big one.
Yeah, go out there and meet people.
A big one.
What did they say? Your network is your net worth, as cheesy as it sounds.
That's
it really
exactly
is.
Right. That's exactly right.
And learn from people who know more than you, right? And have done more than you in life. Don't be intimidated by those people. Like, go and ask them questions and spend time with them, grow with them.
Wow. There's a saying, you got to reach downward, help those that are under you, reach to the sides, and then reach upwards to the people that are above you, financially or in any way.
Yeah.
Any other habits that you're trying to change in your family? So you're trying to change education, connections, what else?
Well, I think just in the Hispanic community, saving.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. Saving money. Oh my God. And even if I get a lot of hate for this, I feel like we focus on much on like throwing this big parties.
Spending. That's exactly. There's another video about
all
that.
This clothes and bags and the nicest and biggest cars.
Armani's.
Yes. Like, just stop.
I had a family who came out of town. We went to Circus. All the paisas. Con el nopal en la frente, super Mexican with the Armani, the chains, and Cuban. Well, my wife's Cuban, so I can say Cubans wear a lot of chains and stuff. Why do we do that? Why do Hispanics do that?
I don't know why we do that.
Is that for ego or?
I think so. I think we're just we're very, I guess, vain in a way. We just like to look good. Huh? Yeah, we're vain, and we like to show off and show people that we have something we don't really have.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So education, network, and saving money.
And ask for help.
Financial literacy.
Yeah, and ask for help.
Ask for help.
Be able to ask for help, and be able to receive the help.
That is good.
We can't do anything by ourselves.
If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go as a team.
Yes. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
I like that.
Yeah.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Ileana, thank you for sharing today. There's a lot I have to think about and a lot that I have to work on myself just by having you on the channel today. Thank you for sharing, honestly. Thank you for coming. I know it's far from wherever you're at. Thank you for sharing with the Hispanic community and just anyone. I like to invite people that can share their story so that they can see that we're the same as other people, right?
Right.
We have similar backgrounds. We come from similar places, right? So, Ileana, thank you very much. Thank you for sharing. One last thing. Anything else you want to share to finish off?
I don't know. We're not here to live a basic life, right? Just take the risk. Just go for it. And be yourself. And have fun while doing it. That's a big one. If you have fun in your journey, good things will come.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
There's a saying that my dad always used to tell me, échale ganas, which means put some life into it, put some action to it. So I think putting all of these concepts into action is a big one. Because if you educate, you learn, but you never put it in action, it's really not worth it.
Yeah.
Ileana, thank you for coming. Appreciate you
so much.
Thank you very much. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to the Superman of Real Estate channel, please do so now. And if you want to hear about any other business, entrepreneurship, real estate topics, go ahead and comment below and follow me on the next video. Thank you, guys.